reset.
Okay. That's... Okay.
All right, you're welcome to another very enlightening edition on FTV. Right on FTV, where we explore the deep connection between food, fitness.
That's right.
Yeah, all right, sorry about that. You're welcome to FTV, to another very enlightening edition where we explore the deep connection between food, fitness, and the quality of life. And today, topic is going to be something a bit different, something you're used to. A lot of fitness people will want to tell you that, food plays an important role in your life. Food contributes about 80%. Food does this and food does that. The question is, what exactly does food do? But all of these diseases are going to come your way. And again, people will be surprised to actually see me wear an apron where they have a display of akara and all the rest. Do you know what? Because of the importance of akara, how the legumes of akara actually help people in terms of giving them the nutritional value, especially when we talk about the gut system that encourages and enjoys those legumes, like those legumes that actually encourages the good HDL. That simply made me to quickly run into one of these chefs to see how they're going to teach me on how to prepare akara, because I'm going to use that as my post-workout meal, especially following the fact that I have just resumed my workout section. And in case you really want to be part of it, then you need to join me on my telephone conversation right here that I am really putting out to everybody to be part of. And I'd like to call this +2348143714093, or you follow me on my socials, Fitness Talk Show. Better to do also email to OBradiofM.com. What exactly are you waiting for? Be part of the show. But I'll be right back after the short break. All right, we're back down from our short break, and I told you today's topic is something that we are already familiar with, and the topic is you are what you eat. And when somebody say you are what you eat, you begin to imagine. So if I need to eat like, I say eating cow, I'm going to look like cow, or if I say eating pig, I'm going to look like pig. And that's the question. But that's not exactly what the question is. The answer is the calories you consume, that's what you're going to look like. And the advice has always been, try as much as possible to eat your calories. Try as much as possible to also eat your biotype criteria as regards to your macro intake. These are things that are extremely important. But this topic actually reminds us on that our daily food choices, we do more that satisfies the hunger. It's far more than satisfying hunger. It's actually the food that actually shapes us in terms of our health, in terms of our energy, in terms of our mood, and even how we age. The food plays more important role than all we can imagine. In as much as nutrition is the foundation of life. And because those who go to the gym also need to look at the kind of nutrition they need to consume for them to be able to have the mere extension of the flesh if they actually want, or for something that is going to help them in terms of weight control management. These are some of the things that are important. And everything we need becomes part of our body story. Good nutrition fuels our cells, helps us in terms of strengthening our immunity and help us in terms of support brain and muscle function. All of these are what good nutrition does. And a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole organs, whole grains also help us in terms of giving us the vitality we need. But the question is, how do we eat and actually look like what we eat? That's where the question is. I'll give you a very simple example. Your body weight is, for example, is 100 kg. And whether you're a sedentary lifestyle person or you're going to the gym or you're trying to get into a weight control management, the first thing you need to understand is what exactly is my metabolic rate. And for you to confirm where the metabolic rate is, which is your basal metabolic rate, we look at the degree of your activity, either sedentary or very active or moderately active. We have to consider all of these factors. Now, we took all of these factors averagely into a percentage of 20. So if your body weight is 100 kg, if you multiply that by 20, that will give you the amount of calories you consume on a daily basis. And that is about 2,000 calories. Now, for those who also want to go into weight control management, some will tell you, look, I'm trying to go to the gym to see that I cut down excess calories and how I'm going to help myself in terms of making sure I shape myself properly. Yes, the food plays a role. Food plays 80% of this role. My question is, how do you apply it for food to actually give you the desired result that you want? So when you're supposed to consume like 2,000 calories and you go to the gym, after training, you consume more than 2,000 calories. There is no way you will achieve your weight control management. That's why a lot of people live with the misconception that when you go to the gym, and after a while, you'll get bigger than the way you look like. Because first, going to the gym helps you in terms of increasing your metabolism. And when that increases your metabolism, the tendency for you to consume food and it assimilates into the bloodstream is more faster. Because you can now burn more calories and be able to, your calorie burning rate is high, and at the same time, your calorie burning rate is high, and that actually helps you in terms of either increasing your size when you eat more, or helps you to cut down excess calories because you've started going to the gym. Now the thing is, do people actually understand how you'll be able to eat your daily caloric intake, or you eat your body type? You must understand that our bodies differ and we have various body types. And these various body types gives us the ability for us to be able to know the percentage of food we eat as regards to our daily macro intake. For those that are ectomorph people, they look at the percentage of food they need to consume, like the macros they need to consume, like proteins, fats, carbohydrate, and all. For those that are mesomorph, they also need to look at the carbohydrates, fat, and protein they consume. It is relative. You cannot be somebody that is trying to go into weight control management, which is already an endomorph person, and you're trying to eat more like an endomorph person for you to achieve it, or more like, you are an endomorph person and you want to eat like an ectomorph person because you feel that you want to cut down weight, or you want to look like an ectomorph person. It can't be, because an ectomorph person, looking at the relativity of the macro intake, he eats more carbohydrates. While you, as an endomorph person who is trying to cut down in excess calories, your carbohydrate intake is on the low. So you must first of all understand all of these for you to be able to manage it to be exactly the way you want it. Now the question is, if as much as you are ready to consume more than what you can manage in terms of your caloric intake, definitely you are going to look like what you have eaten. So if you eat more of all of these, then what else do you expect? But before I go further into all of this, it's important we just take a quick commercial and I'll be right back.
Okay. This is what I want to do. When I'm viewing the picture, there's the screen.
Your background, finish it.
Okay, one is for your own. You can shut your own. I'm putting a screen by your left hand side, like the type of food and the types of food that they are the ones they got. They can be showing, then look at some types of food that are good for your calories over yourself. It's as if you are watching on the screen, on the screen online, as if you are watching on the screen.
Okay.
So I will put in the type of food that your life will left us.
All right, we're back from our short break, and I just go straight to what exactly we got to tell you today again. And it's been on and on. We talk about the amount of calories you need to consume on a daily basis. We talk about the things that are extremely very important. And we are looking at other areas that are extremely also very important. And the areas are things that we need to consider and things that we need to actually do to really help us. And it's been on that, yes, you are what you eat. And if you are what you eat, then what exactly do you need to eat to look like what you want to look like? There are some of us who also feel that we actually want to go into weight control management so that we need to cut down our excess calories. There are some of us who also want to see ourselves, getting a bit more bigger than what we can imagine. And there are some of us who also see ourselves, I'm too lean. I want some mere extension of the flesh so that I'm going to look different. All of this boils down to what exactly you need to eat. But it's not true that if you eat an elephant, you're going to look like an elephant. I wonder that is not exactly what the story is. Or because you really want to look like a lion, then you start eating the protein of lion. I doubt if that is exactly what we are talking about. But the truth about it is, if you consume more calories, more than the calories that is regarded for your biotype criteria, then sure, you are going to be looking something different from what you are looking like. So you must consider all of these factors. There are basic foods that are actually very, very nutritious that will help you in terms of fueling yourself. Those foods are foods that we need to consider. If you look at it very well, there are foods that when you eat it, definitely is going to actually make those changes. If you look at the combination of those foods, they are actually nice. So for you, first of all, you need to identify your vital criteria. That is something that is extremely very important. It's extremely very important. You need to consider all of those foods and begin to see yourself eating something that is right. But the percentage of your consumption, that will determine the way you're going to look like. It's the percentage of your consumption. We all know that those that are ectomorph, the percentage of their consumption of protein is about 35%, while the fats contributes about 15%, and their carbohydrate intake is about 50%, between 50 and 55%. For those that are endomorph, we know that their fat consumption is about 35%, and their carbohydrate is about 25%, and the other goes for their protein consumption. For those that are mesomorph, their protein take is about 35%, their fat consumption is about 25%, and the other goes for their carbohydrate. So first, you need to understand the importance of all of this. When you understand the importance of these things, then you will now know how you'll be able to control your consumption of every meal, because that's where portion control comes in. Another thing that is going to make you achieve all of this is portion control. Because without portion control, without understanding the amount of calories you need to consume a day, you will understand the importance of portion control. Portion control only comes from the amount of calories you consume on a daily basis. Portion control only comes from understanding the amount of calories as an ectomorph person you're supposed to consume, or as a mesomorph person you're supposed to consume. That will actually make you look like your desired end. That will actually make you look like the way you actually want to look like. I could tell you something. There are some of us that are already on the endomorph path. Being on the endomorph path doesn't make you look unhealthy, or being on the ectomorph path makes you look healthy. It's all about you striking the balance in everything you take. The food that you see that is available there are foods that will be able to give you your desired result. But don't forget again, I said I'm just getting out of the class. I'm still in the class. But I decided to come and take up this program because I am mandated to do this particular program, You Are What You Eat. And that's exactly what I am doing right here. But I'm already taking the lesson on how to produce or how to actually make my akara, because that is one of the greatest meal that I can make, because it goes with my pap, which helps me in terms of, because it's highly medicinal. It's good for the old, it's good for the young, it's good for everybody. It's highly recommended for everybody. So a combination of the both is one thing that just makes me fantastic. And that's exactly why I decided to go for these classes. Don't mind me on my Patreon and my aprons and all the rest that I'm having today, but I wonder if you really want to be part of this class, because it's a class not just for women, but it's a class for everybody. I hope to see you in this class. But don't forget, there is a top preparation for the operation Keep Nigeria Fit. As a matter of fact, the World Fitness Charity Department has declared Operation Keep Fit in the entire globe that comes every last Saturday of the month. And if you want to be part of it, then that is the sure way. Because everybody needs to, all hands need to be on deck to combat non-communicable disease. For the food experts, for every other person, we need to combat non-communicable disease. And the only way to do that is to make sure we put all hands on deck. The presidents, the governors, local government chairmen, mayors, wherever you are, you need to look at that as a necessity for us to combat non-communicable disease that actually jeopardize lots of families. And we are saying no to all of that. And for us to achieve that, then definitely you also need to be a super cook on your own. And that's why I am doing this. It's not for the women, but it's for everybody. Understanding portion control is for everybody. Understanding what you eat is also for everybody. It's not for your wife, it's not for your mommy, it's not for any other person, but it's for every other person who thinks you are what you eat. And if you think you are what you eat, then portion control comes your way. It's very important that I need to let you know that time is already up. I'm already having signals from my producer. He's saying that my time is already up. I really want to spend this time with you for us to make this analysis. I also need to run back to my kitchen school, where I'm actually going through the classes for a better preparation of Akara, because the top-notch festival of Akara festival that is going to come up next year in Nigeria is going to be awesome because of the president I'm expecting. And I'm going to be one of the competitors that is going to play this game. Just watch out and see what's going to happen. But at this point in time, to all my viewers, this is where I'm going to call it a wrap and say goodbye to everybody watching this program, and to those listening to us on OBradio FM.com. Just keep doing that. And to the ones that are pressing the right button, I want to say I thank you so much. And to myself, I want to say a big thank you to myself for having the time leaving my class of Akara preparations just here with I'm saying goodbye to everybody. Thank you very much.